Hi, it's Wade and Adam from Thoroughbred Diesel, and today we're going to be installing a set of RZR seat bases from our buddies at Longhorn Fab Shop. So, one of our best selling products that is non-diesel truck related is our Longhorn seat bases for your RZRs and your Generals. It's a little hard to work under these conditions, but anyway, we're going to get through that. So really good selling product for us. Most of our guys that own diesel trucks, they all own RZRs and Generals and whatnot. The guys at Longhorn Fab, they found one thing in their RZRs that they didn't like, and it was the posture of these seats in these side-by-sides. They fixed that. They have come out with a set of seat bases that are for you RZR guys. They will work with the General too, and we're going to talk some more about that. But what this seat base does is it actually gives you more of a reclined position on your seats, and you can tell by our postures inside of the General here. The seat that I'm in does not have the Longhorn base on it. The seat that Adam's in has the Longhorn reclining base on it. You can tell by just our postures, and we're trying to keep the same distance back, that Adam is more reclined than I am. The seat for him is much more comfortable. A day on the trail, he's going to have a more relaxing experience than what I am. My back's going to be hurting me. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this installation. We're going to talk about a couple of different things that go on with these seat bases before we get started, but we're going to go ahead and get out of this damn side by side and show you how to install these things. All right, I want to talk about a couple of points on the Longhorn seat bases. Two things. One, if you're watching this and you own a General, the install that we're going to do today is actually on a General 1000. If you own a General, you have to be aware that before you're going to be able to install these Longhorn seat bases, you're going to have to do some plastic trimming on the passenger side and the side-by-side to make them fit. We're going to show you that today and the proper way to do that. Another thing that you're going to run into with this, on these seat bases, Longhorn does not have you use back your seat slide or your seat adjustment lever. That actually, for the driver's side seat, that is not going to be used anymore. So how do you combat that? Well, these are not exactly going to be fixed position as far as the seat goes. You're still going to be able to move the seat within this channel to the position that you want it, and then you'll just have to lock it down. So if you and your wife or whatever riding the side by side, you adjust your position, then lock it down, and you're always going to be there. This is a stock base. This is the stock base that came out of this General. Okay, this is the Longhorn base. You can see that the base itself is, first off, it's metal, very well constructed, great welds on this. You can see the incline of the recline that you have with these bases. This is going to put your butt back down farther in the seat channel there, and it's just going to give you a more comfortable ride. You can see with the stock base, it's very flat, no recline to it. Longhorn, the guys at Longhorn came out and made it to where it reclines. So I'm just going to give you good positioning on it. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our installation. First off, taking your seats out of your RZR or your General, just between the seat cushions right here, there's a lever. Just got to get your fingers through there and then pull up on the seat itself, and that will release it from the catch. Okay, and then kind of pull it backwards and the seat comes out. Once you get your seats out, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to be taking the bases off. Now, what I did in this video, I'm going to show you how to take the base off of the driver's seat, but when we put it back in, we're going to be putting it back in on the passenger side, because the passenger side is where we're going to have to do our modification. On the plastic, you don't have to do anything on the driver's side. It goes in no problem. When you put your seat back in on the driver's side, you do want to remember to watch for wires, fuel lines, anything like that when the seat base goes in, to make sure that you're not crimping anything, cutting any wires or anything like that. On the passenger side, again, it doesn't matter what seat you use. There's no difference between the driver's seat and the passenger seat. However, the driver's seat does have the mechanism on it, the slide mechanism, so we're going to show you how to take that out when you're taking this seat base off for these. So 4 Torx head bolts that hold the base on, you just go ahead and remove those. Again, the passenger seat doesn't have this slide, doesn't have the seat position mechanism on it. So you don't have to worry about that. And you don't have to worry about it when you're taking this base off either. This mechanism is going to stay when the plate comes off. It just has to come out of that channel right there when you take it off. Passenger seat doesn't have that. It just comes on off. You will not be reusing this hardware, so you can discard it. Don't discard your bases. Keep them if you change the machine or something like that. You also have to take these little rubber grommets out of it too. So pull your lever. There's the base off. All right, we're going to go ahead and release this, the rest of this frame, so we can get this slide mechanism out. The reason why we're doing this is the Longhorn bases, they won't fit flush to this rail without removing that. So another 4 Torx bolts in here, kids, and we'll pull it on out. Now once that will clear that seat, we can go ahead and slide that out. However, you will have to have all 4 of the bolts out. Don't worry about the bolts. You can totally get back to them. Now, you just slide the adjusting mechanism, slide it out. Nothing special doing here. We're just putting our seat bases back on the bottom. Adam wanted me to mention to you, this channel is hollow, so if you drop your bolts in there, you don't have to worry about it. They just pop right out the backside. So go ahead and line your bolts up for your seat base and tighten her back down. Now we're going to be assembling our Longhorn seat base. So first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do the latch for the base, so it goes in the front side here and then back around. And what that latch is going to do is that is going to latch and unlatch the seat, and I'm going to put it together and show you how it works here. So there's a shorter shoulder bolt cap screw that's in there, larger washer, so washer bolt, and then the 2 1/4 20 nuts that go on the back, and then you just go ahead and tighten this down. Okay, we're going to show you how this seat lock works now. So to unlatch your seat, you'll push this down and pull the latch over, and then you have full range of motion there. That unlocks it from the dowel or the datum, whatever, that goes through the base of the general there, the razor, and we'll latch you on. We'll put it in the side by side and show you how it works here. We're going to introduce you to Hunter Maines. Hunter Maines is your friendly eBay and Amazon manager. He is admiring this general today. So seat base goes in. Make sure you've got it unlocked. Goes on that post right there. This latch comes around and locks down. It has to be down fully to latch there. So now this plastic is what we're going to trim as well. So while we're here, just wanted to show that too. We're going to be trimming up back here, so our seat is going to land here and here, and we're going to trim that up to where the seat rails will go straight back there. We've got one more little step to do on this seat base, and I'm going to show you that. Inside of your Longhorn package, there are longer cap screws with shoulders on them, and locking quarter 20s, some more washers. What these do is these go on the front of the base, and you can see that this is increasing in height here. What you do is you go ahead and put that there. This takes up the space on this foot, on this seat foot, the mount foot. You can see that it's pretty thin. The original bases are pretty thick. So what this shoulder bolt is going to do, this is going to take that space up in there, so your seat has a really secure, it's very secure in the front. I just put them in the middle. The bars aren't always the same where they're positioned, so I'll put it in the middle and tighten it down there. Then that'll take up that distance on your seat base. One more thing that we're going to do, we've got some rubber grommets on these stock seat bases. We can actually pop these out, maybe. There goes that one. Just kind of roll them out there. And then you can put them back in the Longhorn bases because they made a spot for them. All right, so we've got our bolts in the front. I had to test fit this to see where it was. So let's put it in the side by side and show you the fit on this. So just have your latch undone there. Front feet first. Lock down. That base is very secure. That's much more secure than what the stock one is. So now we're ready to go ahead and make our notches in this. Again, the general guys, you're gonna have to cut this, you're gonna have to notch this for the seats. You razor guys, you're not gonna have to do it. You don't have this plastic there, so you're in pretty good shape. So we're gonna get an X-Acto knife and we're gonna notch this back and throw our seat on it. Okay, and again, I want to re-emphasize this. This is only for you general guys. If you don't have a general, if you got a razor, you don't have to worry about this. General is what we've got today. So while you've got your base, your Longhorn base mounted in the side by side, and you're working on your fitment and whatnot, I went ahead and cut this side out, but I want to show you kind of how to mock the seat up. You can actually just lay the seat right on the base. Okay, and then you'll see where the seat itself is hitting on that extra plastic right there. So you can kind of make a mark of it right there, and right there you can kind of make a mark of it and cut it out. I've already got my other side done, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Use a razor knife or whatever you got, whatever's available. Whiz Wheel does a good job if you don't care about your blade. So I'm going to cut this out and get her lined up there for the seat to go in. We've mocked up, we pretty much know where we're at, so we're going to go ahead and attach our Longhorn seat base to the bottom of the thing. Longhorn provides you with fasteners, a couple caps or 4 cap screws and washers are in the package. Go ahead and reinstall them. When I took my original base off, I just kind of tried to see where it was positioned, and I'm going to try to get this as close to where that was. It was sitting probably about midways. So we're going to position it about the same place here and just tighten these up. I've already checked my clearances there as far as the seat goes, so I'm good to go. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these up. You want your Longhorn Fab logo to the front of your seat so it can be seen. Might put a little light on it in your side by side so people can see it and know that you're rocking Longhorn. All right, so I'll tighten this up and then we'll throw the seat back in the general. All right, so we're putting our seat back in now. One thing to watch for on this, the bolts that they use to take up the space between this locking bar here, you just want to make sure that when you're taking your seat in and out, Don't get the head of the cap bolt underneath of the bar and then go to shoving on it. You'll break the cap bolt off. It's not, you just got to watch what you do. So try to get down here when you're putting it in, get eyes on it. Just be aware of it. There you go. All right. Have our latch open and sit back. And there we go. She is locked in nice and tight. You got your relaxing recline on here, whatever this is, Cali lean or whatever. It's not Cali lean, I don't know. That's a bunch of lingo that I don't know. But anyway, awesome product from Longhorn Fab, and we appreciate them sending us a set of these bases for the general here. So guys, that's it. If you have any questions about Longhorn fabrication, any of the products that they sell, or anything that we sell here at Thoroughbred Diesel, please give us a call. Like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. And arrivederci, boys.